If you're seeing this, then this is your Tarot Tuesday message. Welcome. If you're new, if you've been here before, whoever you are, welcome. My name is Lara, and we are here today to get a little forecast, kind of like see what the vibes of the week ahead have in store for us. We'll chat a little bit about the astrology. We'll look at some oracle cards. We'll look at some tarot cards, all right? And see what we have ahead of us. How was your week last week? It's been a wild one. It's been a wild one. You know what? And this Tarot Tuesday, this is the week of, what is it? January 21st through the 28th. It's only January 21st. If you're finding this on January 21st, 2025, that is. Anyway, if you're not, that also doesn't matter because time isn't linear and you're meant to find these messages when you find them. So anyway, you know what's best for you, right? This is a general message for you. So take what resonates. We're looking at the energy of everyone, the collective of people that are coming to this video. So it's a general reading. Trust your instinct. You know what's for you. Not everything may resonate, but we're looking at the themes, the patterns, the energy that's around all of us right now. And there is a lot going on. I want my hood back on. I don't know. I'm just like feeling like cozy. It's kind of cold in my apartment, but anyway, it's fine. It's January. It's winter where I am. Yeah. What else is there to say? I think that's kind of it. Yeah, it doesn't matter when you're finding this video, but if you are finding it the week of January 21st through 28th in 2025, this is like what we're all swimming in at the moment. Okay. There's a lot going on. Pluto is officially in Aquarius, has been for a little bit. We've got today, actually, is the planetary parade. Okay. Which, what is a planetary parade? Right. So basically that's when we from Earth can see planets in the sky lining up, which isn't unusual, right? That it happens pretty often because we're all spinning around the sun. So those planets line up pretty often. What is unusual about this one, what makes this one special, a little bit more special than normal, is that 4 out of the 6 planets that are aligning are visible with the naked eye, which is pretty cool. So what planets are those? That's Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars. Those are the 4 that are going to be visible with the naked eye in the sky. So if you go out and find a great place to look, you're going to see them. And then also we have Uranus and Neptune. You'll need a telescope for those too. But 6 planets altogether, 4 of which are visible with the naked eye. And they are all running us ragged down here. So anyway, but it's sort of like a little, I don't know, like a cutesy little thing that they're up to right now. And like with everything else that's going on, I need a little cutesy something. You know what I mean? Okay, but anyway, so that's kind of like the major stuff. But Cancer is, sorry, not Cancer. Oh, we also just shifted into Aquarius. So we're officially in Aquarius season. We're out of Capricorn season. We're in Aquarius season. Literally the moment it shifted, everything just started getting real weird. Technologically, I've been having technical issues with things. Just sort of like what's happening in the scope of the world. Okay. Yeah. So buckle up. 2025 is really just getting started. So there's that. We're fully in Aquarius season. I'm an Aquarius rising, so I feel comfortable here. It's like a safe time for me to just really be my weirdest. Aquarius is a humanitarian energy. What's interesting about Aquarius, though, is while it is very humanitarian, it tends to not like a lot of people. Like the greater whole, the greater good as a whole, Aquarius will like fight for that. But as far as like a more individualized, it's not for everybody. It is a very weird energy. If you know someone who's an Aquarius or has a lot of Aquarius placements, you know that to be true. I am one of those people. If you know me, you like really know me. And it's great. Aquarius is a lot of fun. Very unexpected. I think it's like Saturn and Uranus are the planets that rule Aquarius, I'm pretty sure. And the reason for that, fact check me on this, but my understanding, I'm pretty sure the reason that Aquarius has two planetary rulers is because that Uranus was discovered after Saturn. Saturn was the last planet, and then it was Uranus. So it's this sort of like combination. Aquarius is like known for learning the rules of the system and then like not the system, learning the rules of the game and then breaking all of them, basically. So that's what it is. So yeah, really interesting energy. That we've got the planetary parade which is cute. Like pop off up there, be beautiful. We love it. We love to see it. Mars is still in retrograde, which is in Cancer. And I think it's there for a little while longer, until closer to the end of February, I think. So we're going to be working with that energy for a while. And yeah, they're all dancing up there. But that's kind of the gist of it. So I'm feeling sort of what's coming in right now in this particular moment is like whimsy. I'm hearing whimsical and whimsy, playfulness, but like not without a sense of direction, if that makes sense. I hope. We'll see. So that's a little bit about what's going on. Let's go ahead and start with our oracle deck. We've got our Oracle of Mystical Moments, as per usual. All right, let me give these a little shuffle. And I would just like to ask, please, if I may, if you would be so kind as to give us some insight. What's the overall vibe, the overall energy that we are working with this week? This collective of individuals coming to find this video. What are we like working with over the next 7 days? Also, whenever you're finding this video, if it's Tuesday, if it's Wednesday, there she is. Oh, do we have two? Okay, great. Let's do it. Yeah. I don't remember what I was saying. Forget it. So, if it comes back, it comes back. I don't think it was that important. So here we go. Let's talk about it. What do we got? We've got, the first one that's come out is Sea Witch. So cute. So there's a lot going on here. I'm seeing the octopus tentacles for hair. I'm seeing the jellyfish bottom. There is an actual fish here. Lots of water energy. There's also this propeller or like hand windmill. It's so interesting, but it kind of also is reminding me of fishtails, which is so interesting. There's a lot going on here. What else am I seeing? She's kind of going somewhere, but maybe also not going anywhere. We're going to look more into that. Let's take a look at our other card who came out. Treasured memories. Treasured memories. Memories we treasure. The ones we keep close to our heart. Holding on to them, but also letting them be in this place of this sort of like ephemeral place. Are those poppies in her hair? Or are they roses? They might be poppies. That could be interesting. All right, let's take a look. I'm gonna look at our little guidebook with these. So first of all, let's do the Sea Witch. That is number 52. Am I picking up on what you're putting down? Ooh. Sea Witch, right out of the gate. Innocence, joy of play, and wonder. So that's very like Aquarius energy, even though we're working with like a lot of water energy, but also how imaginative is this sort of imagery here with the tentacle hair, right? It's just kind of like a bunch of weird things put together that like somehow kind of makes sense, right? She's got a little friend here. Okay, let's see what it says. The small mermaid is called the Witch of the Sea. Instead of a fishtail, she has a jellyfish on the lower part of her body. Her hair sways behind her like flowing tentacles. She holds a windmill in her hand that propels her forward. A wide-eyed fish is her loyal companion on her ocean journeys. She is young and uses the magic of childlike thinking to dance in the waves, marveling at the wonder of life. So I'm also picking up on some inner child stuff. Okay, and then let's look at 18 because inner child with this treasured memories as well. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I'm off on the right track here. Treasured memories, nostalgia, recognition. Okay. We see a woman sitting calmly in the grass. She looks forward to somewhere we don't know while her mind is drifting in the past. With both hands, she is holding a floating balloon filled with clouds. These clouds are old memories she wants to keep and treasure. Our past experiences don't define us. We can't live the life we had long ago, okay? But the past does shape us, and remembrance of loved ones and joyful time, there's that word again, joyful times can help us be our best selves today. So right out of the gate, especially with, we're just shifting into the seasonal energy of Aquarius, okay? I'm picking up, especially with like, I just got like a lot of heaviness, especially with all the heaviness that's around. There's so much uncertainty. There's a lot of unknown. There's an element here of like looking back to those things from the past that brought us a lot of joy potentially. That could be resonating for you, but being careful not to attach too much to them. Do you see how like the string is sort of wrapped around her hand, but it goes through her fingers like that? She's not clutching onto these memories. She's not hanging on so tight, right? And there's also, I'm picking up something here with the propeller, that this energy, right, it's meant to move us forward. It's not meant to keep us attached to the past. It's a part of you, okay, but it doesn't define you. So maybe there are moments of joy from your past, potentially your childhood, that you're feeling nostalgic for now. Maybe you're like me and you don't really have a lot of that from your childhood. But there is a child inside of you that is sort of asking you to move forward with all of this memories and information that has shaped you. And how do you move forward with that in a really whimsical, fun, playful way? Does that make sense? I'm hearing like letting your inner child lead the way. Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe also, maybe there were things from childhood that you thought would bring you happiness that you never got. Things that maybe you wanted to do or explore that you never had the opportunity to when you were younger in your past. And then there's something here with like taking that nostalgia with you and bringing it into who you are. With the sea witch, where also there's an element of magic as well. And play is super important in magic. If you practice, it is so important. Play, laughter, these things really lighten your energy. It raises your vibrations. And when your vibrations are high, that's when your magic is at its most potent. Okay, so already a lot to think about. All right, so let's keep that there. I'm going to keep going. We're going to get our spicy oracle. All right, what do we got today? I'm going to do 1, 2, what she want to say, 3. There we go. That'll do it. Thank you. Okay, I do. You're missing out. Not sitting this one out. Okay. I'm getting there's some sort of commitment here with the I do. Maybe it's committing to this whimsy. Maybe it's committing to this magic, this sense of play for yourself. You're missing out. This is really, I'm really feeling these two together. Maybe you feel like you've missed out on things in the past because you weren't letting yourself play. And with the not sitting this one out, you're at this point where you're really ready to it's like you're really ready to go back to find this inner child. And there's commitment to this inner child because you've let a lot of things, you feel like your inner child missed out on a lot of things because of whatever was going on in your past. there's a sadness I'm picking up here. It's almost as if you feel you've done yourself some sort of disservice to this inner child, perhaps. But I'm not sensing that it's necessarily your fault. Okay? But like you are, but still you are ready to move forward with this joy and this whimsy. Okay. Whoa! Okay. It feels heavy. I don't know why, because that feels like the opposite of joyful and whimsical. This is so interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what the cards have to say. All right. Let's pull this all together with our tarot cards here. Get a little shuffle going. So if we could please have, there's number one. There's number one. That's number two. Could we please have one more card? Is that it? That's the one. All right. We've got 3 cards. Thank you so much. Let me take a look here. Yes, something we are still hanging on to. All right, let's start where we always start. Ooh. Okay. Okay, we're going to start with our shadow card. Ready? We're starting here at the bottom of the deck, the cards here representing the energy that's coming up from the subconscious. So we've got the King of Pentacles right out of the gate. There is this sense of, this is a stable, mature, masculine energy. Whether this is you or this is something that you're looking for. It's stable, it's loyal with the dog that we see here. Okay. The king has mastered the art of stability, I guess, is the word. Particularly financially. So, or just like materially. Let's call it materially. A lot of times this could be like a father figure, perhaps, or it doesn't have to be. I'm less inclined to feel like it's someone else because we're talking about the shadow. So there's something here around that sense of security, that sense, feeling like you're taken care of, that someone is looking out for you. Okay. That's the energy I'm picking up on here. Behind that, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position. So somehow you're stuck, right? There's this real desire to have this like stable foundation, maybe even like protector, caretaker. This is likely you doing this for yourself because we're talking about the shadow, but maybe it's something you're looking for externally. There's a sense of feeling stuck though. You don't feel like you're making any progress. You don't feel like you're moving. with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Six of Pentacles, in reverse, there's also an element of relationships being unbalanced here. So many pentacles. And what just came to my mind right now is that, yeah, because it can be really hard to find space to play when you don't feel safe. Oh, that's just like coming up so strong right now. Oh my goodness. Right? So these feelings of stuck, like feeling stuck where you are, relationships potentially being out of balance. Maybe those are, maybe you're taking too much or someone else is taking too much. Here, the balance is off with this. And the Knight of Cups in reverse is this energy of, there's a lot of pretty words around this, right? Platitudes just came up in my mind. That word came up. But you're not seeing a lot of action. Not seeing a lot of action. Yeah. But beyond that, not only do you have the High Priestess, okay, you also have the Hierophant. And these two are a couple. They're a pair, right? So we're talking about divine feminine, divine masculine. These are the spiritual leaders, where we have the High Priestess, who is all third eye and crown chakra energy, connecting with our intuition, our wisdom, our inner knowing. Wisdom are things that they're not things you learn out of a book, right? Wisdom necessarily, inner wisdom, okay? It's just your ability to see things that aren't actually there. Whereas with the Hierophant, okay, the counterpart here, the masculine counterpart, this is about knowledge, higher learning. This could even, a lot of this could be like, this is a mentor energy. So if you've been looking for mentors, okay, but it's this balance of guidance coming to you so that you can walk this path you're on, but also you being so tapped into your own intuition so that you're not just blindly following where others are leading you, okay? Because you got to be careful of that. All right, so that's what I'm seeing underneath. Okay, so how is that showing up this week? What kind of energy are we going to be working with over the next 7 days? Give me just 1 second to kind of sit with this, because this feels like a lot. So just give me one minute. Yes. So, okay, we have, starting our week here, we've got the energy of the Knight of Swords. That's weird. No, it's the Knight of Wands. That means something. Knight of Swords, when it's not Knight of Swords, it's the Knight of Wands here in reverse. That's making me think, because I was already picking up on some, it's like an emotional recklessness, this it's like self-sabotage, but with like very fiery, intense emotion around it and behind it. And because I slipped up and said swords, that's leading me to think that it's something mental. Like there's thoughts or programming in your mind that are still stoking this fire of going against your authenticity, going against your intuition. And with the 10 of Swords, okay, so I think, so don't be surprised if there's an energy where you see yourself. I don't know that you will full on be sabotaging yourself, but sometimes we see what we're about to do before we actually do it. Like the choice is always yours. I feel like some sort of temper may flare up, a trigger of some kind that will ask for more self-awareness, that will ask you to look at this self-sabotaging behavior, the ways in which you're ready to fly off and abandon yourself. And the 10 of Swords here, okay, is revealing, right? Paying attention to this energy is revealing, we've got the sword energy here now, revealing some sort of narrative in your mind that you don't already have everything you need to achieve what you want to achieve. And that makes sense if we're going back to here. A lot of this energy that's coming through right away, especially with all of these pentacles here, and then just like you're not seeing it coming through. It's a lot of pretty words and like not a lot of action. The instability while craving this like sense of safety, that is you're really still looking for something outside of yourself. Okay? Being attached to something from the past that you think you still need. Okay? But what I will say, okay, is that by the end of the week, we've got the energy of the 4 of Pentacles. More Pentacles, okay? And 4 is definitely a number of stability. And the 4 of Pentacles, while sometimes it can represent like hanging on too tightly to something, we already talked about that here. Ooh, I'm getting it. Well, sometimes this energy can talk about hanging on to something too tightly. It's also, I'm picking up this energy of like real assessment. Like what you have that's worth hanging on to and not worrying about the rest. This person is protecting what's theirs. It may not be a lot, but it's theirs. Okay? And maybe there is sort of this like outside influence, but it's behind, right? And it's sort of like, it's an energy of like letting go of the narratives that are still very deeply subconsciously programmed within you. And stepping more confidently and comfortably into the idea that you already have everything you need. You get to create because here's your bag, okay? And perhaps what's being hung onto is this idea of that, like, you need to be more or have done more, right? And that's why you're feeling stuck. But there's still very much a dependence on outside outside influences, but more like it's like you're constantly looking at like what's out there that's gonna, is this gonna make it better? Is this gonna make it better? Is this gonna make it better? And it's all, you already have all of the tools to make it better, but you've got to work with the triggers that come up this week. Okay, don't get too cocky, and let this highlight what programming, what old narratives still exist that are trying to like warp this perception. And with the treasured memories, it's almost like there's all of this like looking back in the past. And what I'm seeing, I feel like the reason the sea witch came out was because while this energy does feel it feels heavy, this energy feels heavy, the way to move through it is by not taking it too seriously, finding the magic, finding the whimsy, finding the joy, not ignoring any of the other heavy feelings, but the way to work through the feelings, the move through the feelings is balancing it with joy and fun. All right. Does that make sense? Oh, you know your life better than I do, you know. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not looking forward to this either. But it is really, I'm feeling this blue sky imagery here. I think it's almost as if I'm getting this image in my mind of the clouds, the sky clearing, the clouds parting, and because you have, you know, stepped into this place of magic and play, it's like that's what moves the clouds, and there is this sort of like aha moment about what it is that you actually have for yourself. This is yours. No one gets to take this away from you. Unless you want them to, or unless you allow them to, which can kind of be two different things, right? Woo! Okay, so there you have it. That's what I've got. I hope this makes sense. Let me know if it does, if it resonated. Drop a comment, like this video, share it with someone who you think might find it to be beneficial. And yeah, there's also in the description below, there's all kinds of information on how you can connect with me if you're interested in more about me and what I do. I'm here. And I hope that this was helpful, at the very least, that this made sense and that this was helpful. So with that, you know, I also want to reiterate that, like, because underneath all of this, we still had the high priestess energy. Like, maybe not taking, listening to that intuition. I feel like sometimes, like, we take it like so serious, like, I gotta tap into my intuition and I gotta, yeah, and yes, you know, not, but like, maybe we don't have to take everything so seriously this week, right? Even the ways in which we get triggered, we don't necessarily have to take those so seriously. It's like, so what? I got triggered. I'm human, you know? So yeah, that's what I've got. And at this point, I will just wish you well and see you on the other side. Oh,